any of you have ever been to the desert, you could certainly experience the omnipotent silence prevailing there. You can hear what we do not notice regularly: our breath, our heartbeat. Awesome! That is why, as the Bible tells us, it is a special place where man meets God, who often comes and speaks in silence. But today's gospel tells us that a desert is also a place of temptation and trial. The Spirit leads Jesus into the wilderness when Satan will tempt him for 40 days. Though Jesus is God and cannot sin, he takes upon himself our struggle against temptation. What's more interesting, only St. Mark tells us that Jesus was there among wild beasts, such as lions, wolves, hyenas, and all kinds of animals in the Judean desert where Jesus was. So the desert was a dangerous place for humans, especially at night, when one might expect hunting by wild animals. We know from the biblical history of salvation that Israel's people were tempted to worship the golden calf as the false god while wandering through the wilderness. He also lost faith that God would assist him on the journey to the promised land. St. Mark does not tell us in the Gospel how the devil tempted Jesus. However, we know from other Gospels that this temptation were similar to those faced by the people of Israel. And today, each of us struggles. It is tempting for us to turn to something other than God, who gives us security and hope. Jesus does not succumb to temptation, but overcomes it. He overcomes Satan. And by doing this, Jesus shows and provides us with the confidence that each of us can do the same. Each of us can confidently face temptation. We don't need to be afraid because temptation has no power over us. Jesus has already defended Satan not only in the desert, but also through his cross and resurrection. Temptation only has power over us if we give in to it. St. James tells us, "Submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." If we remember that Jesus has authority over it and say no, we will overcome temptation. When we are tempted, we should always remember the essential truth that Satan is the father of lies. Therefore, lying is at the root of every temptation. All sin can do, it can leave us feeling empty and guilty. Satan can whisper in our ear that this is only a small sin and no one will be hurt. But the consequences we did not foresee before arise from our sinful actions, and innocent people are harmed in the process.